of this diary that is now concerned, of the book that will be released shortly on part of right ahead of the elections in the state of Maharashtra, where the former State Home Minister Anil Deshmukh is all set to release his book, which is said to be titled as Diary of a Home Minister. Now, in this book, the top NCP SP leader, who was jailed for nearly 13 months in connection with charges of corruption and money laundering, and in this book has made several damning allegations against the Enforcement Directorate, against the CBI. In one of the chapters, as far as the excerpt that has been pointed on part of what he calls as ED pressure from the top, there are certain excerpts from it. I'm just going to quickly quote from one. At the beginning of the interrogation, the panicked ED officers asked me, have you had some talks with the people on top? And unquote. There are more such revelations, according to him, that are there in his tell-all book about what he calls as a conspiracy, as a collusion between agencies and the BJP. As far as the reactions that have been coming in, let's quickly go across to Rakesh now, who is breaking this exclusive story for us on Times Now. Rakesh, good morning. The explosive tell-all as far as when it comes to the former Home Minister of the state of Maharashtra, he actually goes on to talk about how there were false charges of conspiracy, and this conspiracy mainly was to overthrow the MVA government when Uddhav Thackeray was the Chief Minister. As far as the timing is also concerned, it is just before the elections. Anil Deshmukh is publishing his book right ahead of the Maharashtra elections. And this would be a direct contest that would be witnessed between the Maha Yuti and the MVA or the Maha Vikas Aghadi. And amid this heated political atmosphere, the NCP SP leader and former Home Minister Anil Deshmukh is releasing a book on what he calls as a false charges against him and conspiracy to topple the MVA government and his 13th month stay in prison. Yes, Agrika.
Read out from the excerpts of the book that our colleague Rakesh has accessed. There is a chapter in the book called Pressure from Top, ED. This is in page number 168. It has the date November 1st, 2021, because the book is named Diary of a Home Minister. It seems like date-wise, there were notings made by the Home Minister, ex-Home Minister, beg your pardon, of Maharashtra. Now, what does he go on to say in this chapter? One explosive aspect of it is this line, where he says, at the beginning of the interrogation, the panicked ED officers asked me, have you had some talks with people on top? About what, I asked. At this, the ED officers surreptitiously smiled at each other, which I understood to mean that they were talking about the political masters and the BJP government at the center. I have not had any talks, I answered. Hearing my answer, his face showed signs of surprise. Talks? He exclaimed, you should have spoken to the people on top. So here, there is an allegation that Anil Deshmukh is making that ED officials tried asking him, did you talk to someone at the top? At the top, what Anil Deshmukh in this excerpt of the book goes on to insinuate is that, did Anil Deshmukh have talks with someone at the helm of the BJP leadership at the center? Then there is another part in which he goes on to make another allegation where he says that during the questioning, I informed them about the involvement of former police commissioner and fugitive Parambir Singh being the actual mastermind in the case of planting an explosive-laden vehicle outside industrialist Mukesh Ambani's house, Antilia, and in the murder of Mansukh Hiren, the sole link in that case. However, the ED officials were reluctant to document this part of my statement. So this here too, he says, when he spoke about the role of Parambir Singh in the Antila case, he said that the ED officials were reluctant to take down that statement. Then he goes on to allege that ED officials were reluctant to document this part of my statement. That is when I realized that at the behest of their political masters, the ED officials were intentionally avoiding recording information related to Parambir Singh to protect him. So another allegation in this chapter called Pressure from Top ED. These are all allegations also spoken by by Anil Deshmukh after his release from jail, where he did press conferences, where he took names of leaders of the BJP, where he went on to say that he's a victim of political vendetta. So is this book timed to elections? We are waiting for more reactions from the BJP.
So let's go to Rakesh himself, who has got us these exclusive excerpts there. Rakesh Sagrika, thank you. Rakesh, as we talk about as far as the ED's money laundering case is concerned, because it was the one that was based on the FIR that was previously registered on part of the CBI investigation back in 2021. If this investigation is also taking place and he releases the book, will it also hamper or have some sort of an influence on the ongoing case?
Yes, possibly it could, because we have to see that what were his bail conditions, because as far as I remember, one of the bail conditions was not to speak to media about the case. But remember, we've seen him a lot of times making some allegations against Devendra Fadnavis regarding the Antilia case as well. So now, not just the allegation, now he's coming up with his own autobiography. Now, definitely this may somewhere mount some problems for Anil Deshmukh as well. So we have to go into and check the legality, whether it is allowed for him or not.
Let's get in political reactions. Rakesh, please continue to stay with us. Ram Kadam is with us on the phone line. Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
What do you make of this book, sir, and the timing of its release, where it seems that the former Home Minister, Anil Deshmukh, seems to be talking about as a certain conspiracy in his book, which is now titled as Diary of a Home Minister, where he says that there was a concerted effort also to topple the then MVA government?
See, look the timing. And it's an absolutely political gimmick. He's trying to wash his defamed face, which was clearly in a limelight, and there were several proofs against him. And now, of course, he's going to contest the election, and for that matter, he's trying to mislead people of the Maharashtra, nothing else.
But what do you have to make as far as the charges that he's been making in his what he calls as a tell-all book? Because he was arrested as far as in the cases of corruption and money laundering is concerned, Mr. Kadam. Do you believe that would also affect the ongoing investigation?
No. My point is why he was silent for the past 2 years. When these are the charges he wants to make now, why he was silent in the past? Just because of now, people will ask while voting about Sharad Pawar and his party. When his party leader, when he was a home minister and was asking bribe of 100 crore rupees by the police, it's not a normal charge. So it's absolutely trying to wash his defamed face, nothing else, and trying to mislead people of Maharashtra.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kadam, for joining us here on the broadcast. As far as the BJP that has been reacting, Rakesh, as we are trying to get as many reactions as possible. Charan Singh Sapra of the Congress is with us. Good morning to you, sir. What do you make as far as these allegations that has been leveled by Anil Deshmukh? Because he says that he started writing this book while he was in prison, and he says it was a conspiracy to trap him and also to topple the MVA government.
See, in Hindi they say कि सच्चाई कभी छुप नहीं सकती, दिल की बात जुबा पर आती है. This is what he has experienced, he has tried to express in his book. And let the whole book come out, and then we'll be able to comment properly. But one thing is definite, that there were so many pressures on him which he has agreed while he was the minister. And he had pressure from all the agencies also, including ED, CBI, etc., etc. So this shows how the Modi government is working, and they are just starting the of the opposition parties. This is not the only example.
But the charges under which he was placed under arrest, Mr. Sapra, are also serious. It was corruption and money laundering. Do you believe that it would also have a certain effect on the investigation, which is also ongoing, with the release and the timing of this book?
See, investigation, whatever investigation the police or the agencies are doing, they have to substantiate those allegations which they are leveling. They have to substantiate with enough proofs. So I feel whatever Anil Deshmukh has said, he has spoken the truth, and this is how the BJP government has been working. There are various instances. They are not touching any leaders from the ruling alliance, or maybe they are promoting the people who were earlier Ghotalebaj, and later on they made them chief minister, like Hemanta Biswa Sarma and Narayan Rane, and so on and so forth. So these agencies are being used only for the opposition leaders. This is proved today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sapra, for joining in. Well, Congress reactions also coming in as far as Congress being part of the MVA, the alliance there, Rakesh, which was also in the government back then in Maharashtra, because Anil Deshmukh says that he started writing this book while he was in prison. Who and how conspired against him as far as the diary of Home Minister is concerned. And this is where the opposition say that their stand is now vindicated. The government misuses or abuses central agencies to target leaders from the opposition.
Yes, apart from this, what we have also learned from our sources that the book is running up to about 250 pages. There are about 20 chapters, and the book mentions everything about right from the interior bomb scare case, where explosive-laden vehicle SUV was parked outside Mukesh Ambani's residence, Antilia. Right from there, the Sachin Waze's role, Parambir Singh's alleged role, everything is mentioned in this, and also he's hitting hard at the Devendra Fadnavis and also the other leaders in this book. What will be important to see that whether the different chapters or the different messages in this book are similarly such explosives or not. What is it exactly, and especially about the timing, how much this is going to affect the voters, especially when he's contesting elections from Katol near Nagpur, and the battle is there, like Nagpur, Devendra Fadnavis is contesting there, which is a very adjoining seat to Katol. So definitely it seems that he's trying to take the leverage of this book in the middle of the elections, and what we are also learning that this book may further be promoted by all the Indie Alliance leaders, because this is targeting about the central agencies like ED and CBI and misuse of this these agencies against the opposition leaders.
So
only
is there going to be an event of some sorts as far as the launch of this book is concerned, Rakesh?
Possibly, yes. Our sources are telling us that there could be a big event. In fact, the political leaders from the center, some big leaders from Congress, Samajwadi Party, TMC, may also endorse this book and take it to the next level. So definitely they're going to spark a new and fresh big controversy. We have to see that how Devendra Fadnavis or the BJP, in fact the entire Mahayuti, responds to this charges leveled by former Home Minister Anil Deshmukh.
Right. All right. As far as the former Home Minister of Maharashtra is concerned, Anil Deshmukh making these stunning allegations, saying that he'll soon come out with this book detailing or what he calls as a conspiracy against him by framing him on false charges, and also to expose those who worked to dislodge the previous MVA government. However, reactions that are now coming on part of the BJP, saying that this is nothing but a way to gain publicity before the release of his film. Rakesh, thank you very much. That's the exclusive that we are picking up on the excerpts of the book released or soon to be released book.